racing. Caught them in a pretty good even line. It's further back, and then in a line of three, Black Knight, Prince Imperial, and Royal Performers on the inside of them. Heading towards the 800, Propeller was just the leader, but now they're up there. Nothing really wants to lead. Cheppy's Gold's making a run around the outside of the field. Celso still getting the run of the race, and Vaughan Free up with the lead with range. Short Road trying to get off the fence. 2 lengths to Night Judge. Black Knight's being wound up around the outside, and he's raced away from stablemate Trade Line as they come up now by the 500. And good battle, about 6 in line. And here's Black Knight. He's grabbed them. Black Knight, the Melbourne Cup winners, charged to the lead at the 450 and shot away. Black Knight by 3 lengths to Short Row. Then Propeller followed by Range and Night Judge, and next is Celso, but Black Knight's a mile in front of the corner. Straightened up a good 3 lengths clear from Short Row under the whip, followed by Night Judge, Celso and Range. But Black Knight keeping going, is about 4 in front. He's going to walk in. Celso will get a place if he gets a run. He mightn't get one, and Black Knight goes down the line to win by 4 lengths. Close to the minors, and it's going to go to, let's see, Night Judge, I think, second, a nose in front of Short Row and a nose away.
Great to see the 84 Melbourne Cup winner, Black Knight, back in the winner's circle at 9-1. Short Row, 9-4 favourite, getting Valley the Sterling Manikato Stakes over 1,200 metres, and in a great field, the Bart Cummings trained Campaign King, the favourite, at 6-4.
Set, and they're racing. Touch of Genius was a little bit slow, aiming also, and Avon's Lord beat them out from Testimony over on the outside. Touch of Genius going through in the centre quickly up towards the leaders, and Ever Ready's up with them. Lockley's Tradition about 4th, Campaign King back about 7th. Straight great at the 700, Testimony a half length, Ever Ready. 3 deep is Avon's Lord, a length and a half. Lockley's Tradition, who's dropped in on the fence from Touch of Genius. Canny Lass around them. They were followed a length and a half further back then by Black Charleston. Campaign King is next from Dazzling Duke, but they're giving them good starts. At the 450 they race now, Testimony and Ever Ready the leaders. Lockley's Tradition getting out off the fences, coming after them with Canny Lass, and they're the only 4, I'd say. 4 lengths to Touch of Genius, Campaign King and Dazzling Duke. On the corner, Testimony, and on the outside, Ever Ready. A length to Lockley's Tradition, and on the outside, Canny Lass. These are the 4, 3 lengths to Dazzling Duke, starting to run home like a train. Halfway down the straight, Lockley's Tradition and Ever Ready fighting it out from Canny Lass and Dazzling Duke. Lockley's Tradition's put its head in front near the line. Dazzling Duke flying. Lockley's Tradition and next to Dazzling Duke. Third, either Canny Lass or on the inside, Testimony from Ever Ready.
Lockley's Tradition, the mile record holder at Moonee Valley, 9-2, taking out the Manikato Stakes from Dazzling Duke. A great effort, second at 12s. Canny Lass 8-1, and Campaign King disappointing yesterday, but he'll strip a fitter horse.
Here, Ian, this is the 77th running of the Chelmsford Stakes by...
It is 11-2 now. Heat of the moment on the total is at 2-1, but in the ring it's blown like a hat in a hurricane. 6-4 to 9-4. Shankill Lass at 9-4 on the tote. Just now the best back runner in the ring. 7
for races like the Melbourne Cup. She's being niggled a bit as they come to the turn. Further back in the field, making ground on the outside, Colour Page, followed by the Frontiersman, and then Empire Rose and Samara. And just now, as last as they turn for home, into the straight 400 out, and Orb is the leader, but Shankhill Lass on the outside is closing fast as they come up the hill. 2 lengths away, See Pictures, and then the Brotherhood. Heat of the moment, hooked to the outside, is not doing enough at the moment, but look at Shankhill go. Shankhill Lass exploded at the 200 mark. She put 4 lengths on See Pictures and Heat of the moment, and then the Brotherhood and Colour Page, but go Shankhill Lass. By golly, she was unlucky in the Warwick Stakes. Mickey had a peep over the shoulder, put on the brakes, and he coasted in. Shankhill Lass has won it very, very easily. See Pictures might get second, a nose in front of Heat of the moment, and then the Brotherhood, the Frontiersman. Never got shut in, always had plenty of galloping room, and did you see the difference? That's the best 4-year-old mare in Australia today.
Des Spain, Kenny, she's been a really good filly. Hasn't won a lot of races, but has been placed in some of the biggest in Australia.
Yeah, she's a very good horse, and she's deservedly favourite.
Honey Bridge set, they're set to go for the Cornwall Park My Lady Stakes. Warreen and one of the last Lady Badrugan back with them, Honey Bridge. On the turn, 450 out, Sweet Dream Lady led a length, Imperial Regina. Golden Twigs never had to leave the rail. Then Tristabel. Canny Lass going particularly well. And gets out now from Kaya Miss, and coming home well is Mrs. Mannering. Rebecca Gay looks to get out in the straight at the 300. Canny Lass has breezed up to Imperial Regina and Tristabel. Then Mrs. Mannering running home pretty well for Pew and Lass, but Canny Lass is still kidding them. Kicks away a length and a half now from Imperial Regina, Golden Twig, Rebecca Gay. And this Bonnie filly's going to win by a minute. Sprints away Canny Lass. 5 lengths to Rebecca Gay and Golden Twig. Then Normandy Bay, Imperial Regina, Mrs. Mannering, Warreen. Behind them, Lady Padroog, Nan Crest, Trista Bell and Hippity Hop.
And as a stayer. Now she's arrived back and won the this particular race over 1400. She's so versatile, she could be anything really. She's bred on by Bletchingley, you know, speed horse, but then again Kingston Town nearly won a Melbourne Cup, didn't he?
That's
so,
for sure.
You know, anything seems to be within her capabilities. Either Win and Rick or Lacey's a first-class trainer, and they combined with a first-class rider. I'm sure Greg Hall.
The Elders Red Anchor Stakes was race 6 over 1200, and Rubiton the favourite at odds on.
Racing. And Let's Anton, and they were followed then a length to Lord Mornington, followed by Bells A Calling. Well back is Isa Jack, and Shiatsu's back third last with Archer Victory, Tamar Moon. Judges rule at the 600. A half length to Rubiton, who's got the inside and looks to be cantering, and they're going. They've got out 4 lengths to Mr. Cheap and another 5 lengths away Isa Jack, and the rest are struggling, headed by Tamar Moon. But Rubiton, Toodle's about to say Toodle off on the corner, drew a length in front of Judges Rule, and 4 lengths to Mr. Cheap, followed then by Isa Jack running on. Next is Bells A Calling, Tamar Moon, Archer Victory, but Rubiton about 5 in front halfway down the straight. He's a super horse, this one. Rubiton's going to win by 6 lengths. Judges Rule's battling on, but they're coming at him. Archer Victory will get up for second, and third placing close. Judges Rule might have just nosed third placing, just in front of Bells A Calling. Run last.
Well, he's going to take some beating in the Moonee Valley Stakes next week. Rubiton 10-9 on, an effortless win over Archer Victory, 15s and Judges Rule at 8.
Now the big one of the day, the Marlborough Cup. All start
5, 9.30 the place. 6 Kenny Lass, 2.80 and 1.15. 7 Taj Quillo, the favourite, 2.35 and 90. And the only other 2 in the betting there are 16 Rebecca Gay on 6.60 the win, and 17 Bataan.
Lights on, racing at the first attempt, and got them away beautifully too. Taj Quillo and Lord Galaxy the first to get going. They were disputing the lead, settling down. Bataan is up there, and Testimony is going round the outside also to join a line of about 6 horses with Avon's Lord. Miner's Man is next, and they were followed by Taj Quillo easing back on the inside of those horses now. True Style next, 2 to Canny Lass, a length to Tone Phil, followed by Between Ourselves. Then Older Becca Gay back there also with French Cotton and River Crossing. Down by the 800 they race a great battle. Avon's Lord on the inside is just the leader now from Miner's Man and Bataan. There followed a length to Testimony and Lord Galaxy. Taj Quillo is under the whip next. They were followed by Old Acquaintance, and Canny Lasses looking for a split in the centre of them, and they were followed closely by Between Ourselves, badly needing a run at this stage. Old Acquaintance losing ground. On the corner, Avon's Lord the leader with Bataan joining it from Miner's Man. Then Taj Quillo and Canny Lass looking for a run from Lord Galaxy. Testimony the outside. At the 300, about 5 in line. Canny Lass winding her way through as tackling Miner's Man and Bataan. Canny Lass dashed to the lead. Luther's Luck and Rebecca Gay running on, and Taj Quillo getting a split. But Canny Lass has taken the lead, and the Bonnie Mare's racing away to a big win. Canny Lass 3 lengths to Taj Quillo. Then Taj Quillo and Canny Lass looking for a run from Lord Galaxy. Testimony the outside. At the 300, about 5 in line. Canny Lass winding her way through as tackling Miner's Man and Bataan. Canny Lass dashed to the lead. Luther's Luck and Rebecca Gay running on, and Taj Quillo getting a split. But Canny Lass has taken the lead, and the Bonnie Mare's racing away to a big win. Canny Lass 3 lengths to Taj Quillo. Avanotto or Luther's Luck third, just in front of Miner's Man and Rebecca Gay. Then Seeker.
There she is. Canny Lass to pay $271.10, Taj Quillo $95, and Luther's Luck $2, and what's hanging on it. It's the Underwood Stakes at Wait for Age, Blue 05 at Tallack, $650, $195, 9 Bone Crusher, $140 and $110, 10 Always Summer, $675 and $160, 11 Tristark, $230, $75, 12.
Kennedy slow to get going. Bone Crusher began well with Astaman, and the 800. Feeder Award joined by Glen Morriston. Bone Crusher sitting only a length behind them, and then 2 lengths to Always Summer. Next is the Filbert, and then Astaman starting to drop out of it from Samara, Tristark and El Talak to the outside, followed by Our Sophia. 600 out on the corner, and Bone Crusher eased up 3 deep to join the leaders on the turn. Bone Crusher drew level and hit the front from Glen Morriston, Feeder Awar. The other New Zealander, the Filbert, is running on from Always Summer, Samara, Tristark, and then Black Knight to the outside out. Talak badly blocked for room. Bone Crusher's dashed away 3 in front into the straight. The Filbert second from At Telek running on Always Summer. Further back, Tristark struggling with Our Sophia. At the 200, At Telek out after Bone Crusher's pegging it back at every stride. Bone Crusher the leader. At Telek challenging the inside, but Bone Crusher will win. He's hanging on and he comes away again to win a length to At Telek. 5 lengths on from Always Summer, Samara, Tristark, and then Black Knight to the outside. At Telek badly blocked for room. Bone Crushers dashed away 3 in front into the straight. The Filbert second from At Telek running on Always Summer. Further back, Tristark struggling with Our Sophia. At the 200, At Telek out after Bone Crushers pegging it back at every stride. Bone Crusher the leader. At Telek challenging the inside, but Bone Crusher will win. He's hanging on and he comes away again to win a length to At Telek. 5 lengths away third, Black Knight from the Filbert. They're followed closely by Always.
Of the Underwood Stakes, number 9, Bone Crusher. A chestnut gelding 4-year-old by Pegasa from Imitation. Will have improved him again. Bone Crusher to pay 110 and 60. At Telek $1.45. Black Knight third, $4.
Lights on, racing. And now Tristark joined Priceless Prince, 2.5 lengths to Bone Crusher, who's moved up to My Tristram's Bell. 3 lengths to Black Knight and a length to the Filbert last. It's Tristark and Priceless Prince with 6.50 to go, 1.5 lengths to Bone Crusher. In ground 2 to Black Knight, and last of all is the Filbert. They swing to the corner, 500 out. Tristark hard-ridden and Priceless Prince. Bone Crusher's going half-face behind them. About 1.5 lengths away, Black Knight, the Filbert to the outside, and My Tristram's Bell. Around the turn, Stuart eases Bone Crusher up to join Tristark, who's under the whip from Priceless Prince. And the modern-day Big Red sprints to the lead, 2.50 to go. Shot away from Tristark, Black Knight, Fearless Prince and the Filbert. And look out, land of the rising sun. Here we come to Japan. Bone Crusher by 5 lengths, racing away. Scores by 5 lengths to Black Knight. Then came a fill. Around the turn, Stuart eases Bone Crusher up to join Tristark, who's under the whip from Priceless Prince. And the modern-day Big Red sprints to the lead, 2.50 to go. Shot away from Tristark, Black Knight, Fearless Prince and the Filbert. And look out, land of the rising sun. Here we come to Japan. Bone Crusher by 5 lengths, racing away. Scores by 5 lengths to Black Knight. Third placing to My Tristram's Bell, then the Filbert, Tristark, and last of all was Priceless Prince.
So they're only 9/10 of a second outside the record, and the winning margin was 5 lengths. 60 and 60 for Bone Crusher. Black Knight 165. No. The winner of the Caulfield Stakes, number 3, Bone Crusher by Pegasa from Imitation.
It was not the Caulfield Cup, nor the Melbourne Cup, nor the Derby or Oaks which attracted the combined attentions of media and public. It was the Cox Plate, Australia's most famous weight-for-age race. The acknowledged race of champions. For the entire spring, everyone had been looking forward to the showdown between Bone Crusher and Our Waverley Star. Their form was faultless. Now, you've already the one they called the race of the...
But 13.85, 310. Bone Crusher, $1.40 and $1.25. Our Waverley Star, $4.25, $1.55. Drawn, $4.10, $1.05. 60. 11 Tristram, $3.45 in South Australia. And we can tell you that today we have a mammoth crowd here to decide at Moonee Valley the champion of Australasia, Bone Crusher and Our Waverley Star. Bone Crusher is now at odds on. He's 10-9 on for the win. Our Waverley Star is round the 3-1 chance.
They're racing. Imprimatur away very quickly over near the rails with Society Bay. Drought has begun well also. Now let's have a look where Bone Crusher is back behind them at the rear as they settle down trying to get near the fence, and Our Waverley Star's caught deep. Roman Artist and Dandy Andy took them out of the straight, 1.5 lengths. Imprimatur and Society Bay deep. They were followed then by, in the centre of that bunch, Marchiquita drawn the rails. 2 lengths further back, the Filbert and Drought, 1 length to Waverley, Our Waverley Star, who's still wide. 2.5 lengths then to Bone Crusher, followed by Dinky Flyer, Aberidi, and last of all, Tristram. At the 1400, Roman Artist, 1.5 lengths in front now from Dandy Andy and Society Bay the outside. 1 length to Marchiquita and 1.5 lengths drawn, tucked in on the fence from Imprimatur. Our Waverley Star still 3 deep in the race, and on the rails the Filbert and Drought the centre. 2 lengths to Aberidi, Bone Crusher on its inside, 2 to Dinky Flyer and a length to Tristram. They've got 1100 to go. Roman Artist cutting out a fair pace. Out a length and a half, Society Bay, clear second now. On the rails, Dandy Andy and a half length to Mar Chiquita. 2 lengths to Drawn, having a good run from Imprimatur. Our Waverley Star will want to be far up. Here's Bone Crusher. He's pulled him to the outside, shooting around them, and our Waverley Star's going with it. Aberidi at the head of the others with Drought, Dinky Flyer, the Filbert and Tristram. Here come the New Zealanders, our Waverley Star and Bone Crusher. They've raced to the lead, 600 out. Have they gone too early? 2 lengths to Drought, running up the third from Society Bay. They were followed then by Drawn under the whip at the head of the others, Dinky Flyer. But our Waverley Star, he got a half length to Bone Crusher. He's gone for the whip on Bone Crusher. 3 lengths to Drought, followed then by Dinky Flyer and Drawn. But the 2 great New Zealanders have come away on the turn. Our Waverley Star, a half-length Bone Crusher. The Big Red won't give in. Drought running on. Bone Crusher responds to the whip. The roars of the crowd. He races up to our Waverley Star. 100 out. Bone Crusher, our Waverley Star. Stride for stride. Nothing in it. Our Waverley Star, the rails. Bone Crusher, the outside. And Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher races into equine immortality. $1.5 million as the photo finishes our Waverley Star.
These 2 mighty chestnuts, Waverley Star a long neck, the Bone Crusher draws level. 3 to Drought running on the Filbert. Bone Crusher's taken the lead from Waverley Star. The Filbert running on the Bone Crusher, a neck in front. Waverley Star comes at him. 50 to go. Bone Crusher and Waverley Star, they're going to hit it together. Bone Crusher and Waverley Star, the Bone Crusher. The greatest race I've ever seen. Flyer, but our Waverley Star, he got a half length to Bone Crusher. He's gone for the whip on Bone Crusher. 3 lengths to Drought, followed then by Dinky Flyer and Drawn. But the 2 great New Zealanders have come away on the turn. Our Waverley Star, a half-length Bone Crusher. The Big Red won't give in. Drought running on. Bone Crusher responds to the whip. The roars of the crowd. He races up to our Waverley Star. 100 out. Bone Crusher, our Waverley Star. Stride for stride. Nothing in it. Our Waverley Star, the rails. Bone Crusher, the outside. And Bone Crusher races into equine immortality. $1.5 million as the photo finishes our Waverley Star. Third is the Filbert, followed by Drought. Next is Dandy Andy, an artist. The crowd is roaring its head off. The judges call for the photo. These 2 giants from New Zealand, Bone Crusher and you just can't take anything away from either of these horses. Our Bone Crusher was under the whip at the 500 and our Waverley Star ran away from him. But he came again, and number 2 is in the frame.
Trained by F.T. Ritchie, who has him at Epsom now. Ridden by G.M. Stewart, a magnificent WS Cox Plate winner. And it's no wonder everything got tired in the run to the post, because it was on from before the 600 metre where they raced to the lead. It was on. Horses that looked...
Marvellous racing. It was a magic moment, and look, just to see it was magic. To be part of it was something else.
It was one of the most magical moments in almost 180 years of Australian racing, possessing everything that racing should be. The crowd at Moonee Valley gave both horses a hero's welcome when they returned to scale. It was more than a race. It was a great sporting event.
So they're behind the barrier for the Carbine Club Stakes.
Lights on. They race at a length to Imaglow, needing a run from Tritonic. Seaswell has pulled to the outside next, and they're followed by Forceful Breesley back behind them, and then Big Zapple and Never Quit from Smoky Fox around the turn. Cheers for Us about a length to Devon Duke, the outside second from Inviting Offer. They're followed by Dead of Night, Caspian Town, and behind those horses Archer Victory. Seaswell's not going all that well at the moment, and then Imaglow. Cheers for Us in front at the 300 from Devon Duke. Seaswell under the whip in third placing as Cheers for Us has kicked away. Drew 2 in front. Seaswell knuckling down to it now under the whip. Warren coming with a very late run. It'll beat them all. Seaswell gets up to the lead with 100 to go, but Warren's grabbed them in a stride, and Warren has bolted in on the line from Seaswell. Outside second from Inviting Offer. They're followed by Dead of Night, Caspian Town, and behind those horses Archer Victory. Seaswell's not going all that well at the moment, and then Imaglow. Cheers for Us in front at the 300 from Devon Duke. Seaswell under the whip in third placing as Cheers for Us has kicked away. Drew 2 in front. Seaswell knuckling down to it now under the whip. Warren coming with a very late run. It'll beat them all. Seaswell gets up to the lead with 100 to go, but Warren's grabbed them in a stride, and Warren has bolted in on the line from Seaswell. Third placing has gone to Cheers for Us, followed by it coming at the 200, and no sooner could you see it coming in about 11th placing than you knew it was going to get up and win. Hall had him beautifully positioned when they turned for home about 5th.
But this is the Victoria Derby. Trout's a hot favourite, 5-2 on the tote. That's 175. Tristram 275. Dundas Lane 290. 435 Dandy Andy. 705 for number 9, which is Prince Witten. That's the way it should be said. Raveneur at 890. And
this is it, they're racing. And on the inside, Imprimatur bounced out in front of Auto Air, who got away well with Tristram. Century Prince wider out. Priceless Prince ridden for dear life early, then Dandy Andy. Wider out on the track, Dundas Lane, also Raveneux, Latin Rule and Prince Witan. Oh, there's a line of 7 of them going out of the straight, all wanting to lead. And it's Imprimatur in front with Century Prince, Raveneux wider. Tristram's dropped in 4th with Priceless Prince now. Raveneux a length further back, Government House struggling a little now. Dundas Lane is also struggling. Prince Witten to the outside from Latin Rule, Dandy Andy. Drought pulled out about 6 wide as they come to the corner from Productivity and Sound Horizon. Into the straight, Imprimatur, a length to Century Prince. Tristram getting out, going up to tackle it now. Priceless Prince is under the whip. Raveneux on the outside. Government House coming again. Dundas Lane going for a split, and there followed further back Prince Witan. And with about 300 to go, it's Imprimatur under the whip, the leader. Drought getting clear with Raveneux is coming out after the leader from Tristram, but Imprimatur refusing to give in at the 200. A length and a half to Raveneux and Drought. Raveneux and Drought are getting to it now. It's 3 in line with 50 to go. Raveneux and Drought have drawn level with Imprimatur. Raveneux on the inside puts his head in front. Raveneux's won it. Raveneux's beaten Drought by a nose. Third is Imprimatur. 4th are Lonely Knights, and they were followed then by Dundas Lane. Tristram failed to stay. Back
Raveneux, Imprimatur's cleared. Raveneux and Drought trying to wear him down. Imprimatur a length in front. Drought trying to get him with Raveneux. They're going to get him. Raveneux draws level. Drought goes up and joins him. Raveneux and Drought, they'll hit it together. Raveneux. Ronnie Quinton's won the Derby. Ahead to Drought and 2 to Imprimatur. Well, it was a magnificent race.
...is the biggest winner to date for the imported Northern Dancer stallion Voodoo Rhythm, who was brought...
This year, the West Australian Turf Club revamped their summer carnival so as to fit $1 million weight for age race in with the festivities surrounding the defence of the America's Cup. Consequently, the first race of importance in Perth was the Rothwells, a weight for age event over 1,800 metres. This year, the Rothwells represented a head-on clash between 2 outstanding Sir Tristram colts. One, Military Plume, you saw in the Sandown Guineas. The other is Fair Sir, owned by Laurie Connell, the man whose Rothwell's Merchant Bank sponsors this great contest.
Zemindar still out by 2 1/4. Military Plume bolting. 2 away, running 3rd. St Edmunds Pride, Rare Flyer. Followed by Fair Sir off the rails now from Track Jester, Rocket Racer. Buckshot Bandit, Prince Witten, Gypsy Frolic, well back Medical Missionary. Hallpack's Image in the last 2. Lonely Knights and Northern Fine. They've got 500 to go. And Zemindar a length and 1/4. Military Plume is closing rapidly. A length and a half to Fair Sir going to 3rd. He was followed by St Edmunds Pride, 3 to Rare Flyer. Track Jester, Rocket Racer, Buckshot Bandit into the straight. Zemindar led. Military Plume and Fair Sir, followed by St Edmunds Pride. Fair Sir has raced to the front of the 200 over Military Plume. 3 away to St Edmunds Pride, followed then by Zemindar and Gypsy Frolic. Here's a go. Fair Sir and Military Plume. Fair Sir, Military Plume has got him. Military Plume has come back, taken the lead, and has won ahead over Fair Sir. Has raced to the front of the 200 over Military Plume. 3 away to St Edmunds Pride, followed then by Zemindar and Gypsy Frolic. Here's a go. Fair Sir and Military Plume. Fair Sir, Military Plume has got him. Military Plume has come back, taken the lead, and has won ahead over Fair Sir.
After the Rothwells,
remains that stallion's best.
Drama and the Perth Cup have often been close companions in the past, and the 101st running of the race in 1987 was no exception.
On the outside, Lonely Knights, followed by Royal on the outside. Rocket Racers taken off now. Royal Sharif the inside from Gypsy Frolic. Puckle Harbour's tacking on behind Rocket Racer. They were followed by Pliancy Alpha Winner on the outside. Then Hallpack's Image followed by Northern Fine. Ambitious Task, Nippy's Dream. Gypsy Frolic is gone from Patmos, King Matthias. And well back on the corner now, Red Martell and Star Joe. Rocket Racer at the 350 by 2 over Puckle Harbour. 3 away to Royal Sharif. Sharif around the Alpha Wind, followed by Pliancy, then came on the outside Hallback's Image, but 200 to go and Rocket Racer. He's 5 in front from Puckle Harbour, followed by Royal Sharif, Hallback's Image and Alpha Wind, but it's a one-horse affair. Rocket Racer's 8 in front. He's 10 in front. He's going to win from Puckle Harbour and Royal Sharif.
Rocket Racer may have been memorable for the ease of his win, or for the fact that he gave veteran jockey John Miller back-to-back wins in the West's biggest two-miler. But the most dramatic aspect of the race was the near collapse of the Laurie Connell-owned 4-year-old immediately after the race.
Veterinary opinion put Rocket Racer's distress state down to severe heat exhaustion, and it was several hours before he was declared out of danger. As it was, we didn't see this exciting young stayer for the remainder of the season. David Hayes, who represented the Colin Hayes stable in Perth, said after the Australian Derby that Military Plume had been fairly and squarely outstayed by Gendre. That was to have been the end of Military Plume's Perth campaign. But when the colt did so well in the stable the following week, Hayes bravely backed him up for a return clash with favourite Fair Sir in the Swan Premier Australasian, a $1 million weight for age race over 1,600 metres at Ascot, just 9 days after the Derby.
And the racing, Sanhedrin's Pride broke away first over Rising Prince, and Jungle Dawn was away well. Fair Sir ridden along early to get up into a good spot from Roman Artisan. Lockley Tradition coming across quickly. He was followed by Western Pago from Fimiston, Dance Acton, King Phoenix, Dire Quest, Military Plume, Imperial Regina, and win last at the 900, Dire Quest. Rising Prince the leader by a length, Jungle Dawn a length and a quarter to Lockley Tradition, travelling well on the outside of Sanhedrin's Pride, followed by Fair Sir and Court Wide Roman Artisan. A length and a half to Western Pago, the fence. He was being followed then by Dance Act, King Phoenix about to start making ground on the 3 wide from Fimiston, Military Plume, and well back on the 4-foot, the 500 Imperial Regina with Winter and Dire Quest. I've got 500 to go. Rising Princess joined by Jungle Dawn. A length and a half, Lockley's Tradition, followed by Sanhedrin's Pride, Fair Sir. King Phoenix going wide from Western Pago, Fimiston and Military Plume, but the filly Jungle Dawn shot to the front end of the straight. A length and a half, Rising Prince from Lockley Tradition, followed by Fair Sir, Fimiston, King Phoenix can't find any more. Jungle Dawn in front from Lockley Tradition, Rising Prince, Fimiston, and here comes Fair Sir. Fair Sir's gone to Jungle Dawn. Here comes Military Plume, but Fair Sir's won it. Fair Sir won it at Military Plume.
The Australasian was Fair Sir's 5th win from only 11 starts and took his earnings to $854,415.
Everybody loves a champion, and everybody cheers a battler. It's one of the...
Because the autumn sprints in Melbourne were dominated by a freakish sprinter from Perth. His name is Placid Arc, and he arrived in Melbourne in February, having won 5 of his 8 starts in the West.
In the Lightning Stakes Race 7, it was Special, the favourite, at 9-2.
It's on, racing. Placid Arc began okay. Cavalry flew out of the stalls over near the inside. Touch of Genius away well. Heading to the outside is Special from Colpack, and Let Me Tell. Groucho out there from Richfield's Lad and Campaign King. On the flat side, Placid Arc had gone to the lead now. From in second further out on the track then is Rancho Ruler. Blazing Keel clipped the heels, nearly fell. Then Lord Mornington. On the outside, it's Special being hard ridden here with Let Me Tell moving up to it from Colpack. Placid Arc raced 3 lengths in front at the 400 from Rancho Ruler between ourselves and Canny Lass now coming with a strong run. Placid Arc clear of Rancho Ruler. On the outside, it's Special in front, but Placid Arc the leader. Canny Lass running on well and Special out wide. It's a good go. Placid Arc's won it. Special second. I reckon Canny Lass has probably run third, just in front of Rancho Ruler. Then Campaign King, Let Me Tell, and Colpack on the outside.
Pretty smart galloper, Placid Arc from WA, ran 56.6 for the 1,000 metres, a magnificent run, 7-1. Special 9-2 favourite, and Canny Lass another great performance.
Apart from being brilliant, Placid Arc is also tough. Trainer Wally Mitchell had no concern about backing him up a week later in the country's most gruelling test of speed, the Group 1 VATC Oakley Plate. And they're racing. And they've jumped away pretty well. Zip Home has begun very well. Placid Arc got away okay. Towards the outside as they settle down into stride. Luther's Luck got away well but can't go with them. And Special and Placid Arc are going to settle down in front. From Blazing Keel, Zip Home and Seeger on the inside. Then Rubiton. Luther's Luck keeping a reasonable position, and they were Foxy as they near the turn. Night Follows Day, Burnt Horizon and Sovereign Dagger.
Placid Arc burned to the lead on the corner, 500 out. It's 2 lengths in front of Special. 3 lengths away, Rubiton, followed then by Zip Home, Coal Pack. Next, Seeger, and at the head of the others then came Gorilla. But into the straight and the flying West Australian, Placid Arc by 4 lengths. Special is second, 3 lengths to Rubiton, Zip Home, Coal Pack. Further back then came Ashes Star, but Placid Arc well clear with 100 to go. Special trying hard. Oh, he's a real machine, this fellow. Placid Arc's going to canter in, wins by 3 lengths. Special second, Rubiton third, 5 lengths.
10 race starts now for 7 wins. An outstanding performance there by Placid Arc, and he's now ready to go straight into the Newmarket here, and he might complete the Grand Slam of the Lightning Stakes, the Oakley Plate and the Newmarket. 3 3-year-olds are in the race, and they've run 1, 2 and 3. Placid Arc.
We would like to pay tribute to Myacard, one of the outstanding performers of 1987, and the colt the experts said was Australia's best staying 3-year-old since Kingston Town. Witnessed a sample of what Myacard could do.
Wider out on the track at this stage is Evandale Star, and Myacard with a big run around them. Then Military Plume under the whip. Ravenous well beaten into the straight. It's on the inside, Hunza's Ace, but Myacard's grabbed it in a stride out wide. They've got it between them, well clear. Followed in third placing then by Evandale Star out wide and Princess Calabrina. But Myacard went to the lead and is racing right away in the run home. Myacard coming away will win by about 6 lengths. Hunza's Ace is battling on over on the rails with Princess Calabrina. Oh, nothing in it, nearly a dead heat second. Princess Calabrina, Hunza's Ace, then Happy Few, Evandale Star. About 4 lengths, Military Plume, Ravener and Beau Rogue, who gave in very quickly to...
Race 6 was the Caulfield Autumn Classic, and a brilliant performance by Myacard, paying $2.50.
Gave Connections added confidence that they could turn the tables on Placid Arc in the $250,000 Super Mild Newmarket Handicap at Flemington on March 7. Watch Placid Arc. He begins brilliantly from barrier 15 and heads for the outside fence.
There's the light, away they go. They've jumped well. Placid Arc away nicely with Dowie from Campaign King, and it's going to the outside fence. Let Me Tell's going across there with it. Over on the flat side at the 800, Special raced 1.5 lengths to Rubiton. They were followed then behind those horses by Touch of Genius. Gorilla the outside, Caledonian Boy behind those horses. Campaign King and Richfield's Lad and Canny Lass and Lord Galaxy. Down the outside, Placid Arc, and he's got a big grip on it looking across. 1.5 lengths, Let Me Tell, and 2 lengths to Dowie. At the 500, Rubiton went up the Special, headed it off. Caledonian Boy went to it. Richfield's Lad is there too, and coming into it now is Princely Heart. Down the outside, Placid Arc is in front, and he's got into it suddenly from Let Me Tell. Placid Arc in front on the outside from Let Me Tell, coming at it. Rubiton over on the inside, the leader from Canny Lass and Princely Heart. It's Rubiton, Princely Heart and Placid Arc. Placid Arc's in front. Placid Arc's made it a magnificent treble.
And after that, Ian?
Arc in front on the outside, the leader from Canny Lass and Princely Heart. It's Rubiton, Princely Heart and Placid Arc. Placid Arc's in front. Placid Arc's made it a magnificent treble. It's beaten Princely Heart and Rubiton. Let Me Tell behind them from Zip Home, and then came Burano. Caledonian Boy, Bullion Broker, Lord Galaxy, Gorilla. Next, Richfield's Lad, Taj Quillo and Touch of Genius. A photo's been called for. You have no doubt, you people over in the West, that this champion sprinter of yours has won the Newmarket Handicap,
And in doing so, Bill, he created racing history by taking out the big Autumn Treble, the Lightning Stakes, the Oakley Plate, the Newmarket Handicap. Placid Arc 9-4 in favourite. What a great sprinter. Princely Heart 8-1, Rubiton third at 10-1.
The best thrill I've ever had in racing in Oaks. Everybody said it couldn't be done. I asked the bookmaker one day what price he'd be for the treble, and he laughed at me. I wish I...
For his next start, he...
So I was away on honeymoon. The week later, after the honeymoon, I went to Melbourne. I had to waste fairly hard to ride him, but he won by 8 lengths on Australia Cup Day.
They balance for the run home. Beau Rogue with a big lead. He's more than 4 lengths in front over War Correspondent under the whip. A good gap to Mr. Impertinent, Crucidium and Sly Habit out wider. Beau Rogue has still got 5 lengths on the opposition as they race down to the 100. He's been in front from the very jump, and the Queenslanders run them ragged. It's Beau Rogue from War Correspondent, Sly Habit and Crucidium, and Beau Rogue reached the judge by about 8 lengths. Go for Sly Habit.
It was his effort in...
Sly Habit.
It was his effort in the Creswick Stakes that pointed to the horse's real potential. In '87, he defied all challenges up the Flemington Straight, and when they checked the time, found he'd run the 2,000 metres in a blistering 2 minutes and 7/10 of a second.
At Flemington on March 9, we witnessed the second best race of the entire season. Appropriately, the same horse won both events. Who else but the mighty Bone Crusher?
Go down and join. It's $1.35 at Tallack. Bone Crusher 85 cents. I'm a Red Man.
A Red Man. Here's Travel Light taking off 3 deep, the pace picking up a little, and then I have the Skykeepers Dynasty Prince Fox Seal. Down past the 800 and the leader Celtic Air. About a length Illustrious at Tallack goes up on the rails. 3 parts to Bone Crusher, and on the outside Travel Light. Eye of the Sky, I'm a Redman Dynasty Prince. They've slowed up again at the 600. And the leader here on the inside, Celtic Air at Tallack off the fence, is going to go between it and Illustrious. Bone Crusher trailing it, and on the outside Travel Light. In the straight, Illustrious took the lead. At Tallack at him. Bone Crusher's got clear on the outside, and then Dynasty Prince. At Tallack's taken the lead at the 300. Shot a length in front of Illustrious. Bone Crusher Stewart's gone for the whip as he makes his run on the outside. But At Tallack's got 2 lengths on him. Bone Crusher's going to be everything we thought to get near At Tallack. At Tallack a length and a half in front. Bone Crusher trying hard. He's gradually making ground. Bone Crusher coming at Tallack. Will the champ get up? He lunges. Yes!
Bone Crusher.
Side and then Dynasty Prince. At Tallack's taken the lead at the 300. Shot a length in front of Illustrious. Bone Crusher Stewart's gone for the whip as he makes his run on the outside. But At Tallack's got 2 lengths on him. Bone Crusher's going to be everything we thought to get near At Tallack. At Tallack a length and a half in front. Bone Crusher trying hard. He's gradually making ground. Bone Crusher coming at Tallack. Will the champ get up? He lunges. Yes! He lunges. Yes! Oh, it might be a dead heat. Bone Crusher or a dead heat with At Tallack. A length and a half.
At Tallack's a length and a quarter in front. He's got him beaten, I think. Now Bone Crusher comes at him. At Tallack a half in front. Bone Crusher goes to him. They hit it. At Tallack's one of the nose. From Bone Crusher, what a race. Then Fox Seal and I'm a Red Man. Illustrious and Dynasty Prince Clark. They've run 5 seconds slower than Vo Rogue ran today, and gee, I said At Tallack a nose. It is a dead set bob of the head.
It's a desperate finish.
Oh, maybe Bone Crusher.
I said, I'm glad you said it.
Oh, it's race. It lived up to everything we wanted. Number 6 has got up, Bone Crusher. He has got up.
Unbelievable.
The crowd has erupted. I apologise, New Zealand. I apologise, Australia.
So do I.
I've said At Tallack and I'm wrong.
There it goes, the bob. I'd still reckon At Tallack's won it myself.
65 and 55. 65 for At Tallack. $1.50 for I'm a Red Man.
Well, it was a great race, wasn't it?
It was a fantastic race. I'm not going to talk for a minute. We want this horse to come back, and let's just listen to the reception. The gate for him, and for the first and maybe the last time, Big Red walks up the Flemington Straight.
The photos showed Bone Crusher by an eyelash.
But it was after this courageous win, Frank Ritchie believes it was all slipping away.
Yeah, I believe that race killed him more than any other. Most people believe that the Cox Plate and Japan Cup illness really knocked over Bone Crusher, but in that Australian Cup, Tallack really made him work. He hadn't had quite the racing to season him for.
It came as no surprise to anyone when Gibbs and James elected to send Title Light to Sydney for the autumn. The shock came when Bounding Away and Diamond Shower were race morning scratchings for the Canterbury Guineas. This left Title Light a long odds-on favourite at her Aussie debut.
The lead, and now here comes Vo Rogue. The Queenslander Vo Rogue is coming over from the outside to go to his favourite roller Pacemaker, but the other one, Mickey's Town, is going to make him work in the run to the first turn, and Title Light on the inside, so Vo Rogue is 3 deep right off the course into that first bend. And then Imprimatur on the inside of Rendu, followed by Drought and Send Me an Angel. Further back, Barbarina of Ancient Mariner, and 2 lengths away, last is Sound Horizon as they approach the 800 metres mark in the Guineas, and Vo Rogue is the leader. Vo Rogue by more than a length to Tidal Light on the inside of Mickey's Town. A length and a half to Imprimatur. Drought is going forward, and going with him is Ancient Mariner. Send Me an Angel on the fence, now being hard ridden, but look at the field packing up, followed by Rendu, Barbarino Boy, and back at the tail, Sound Horizon as they come up the hill. towards the turn in the Guineas, and Vo Roger's headed off now by Mickey's Town in the centre, going around the Ancient Mariner to make a line of 3. Tidal Light got into some traffic for a moment, but now she's into the clear, and in fact has to switch 4 wide on the turn into the straight. Little Tidal Light has exploded to them on the outside, and Tidal Light left them standing at the 200 mark. She shot clear. Sound Horizon getting a rails run, and further out is Imprimatur. Tidal Light getting right out to the middle of the track is a mile too good, and look at this little lady go. What a magnificent filly. Tidal Light has bolted in the Guineas.
After that superb victory, Tidal Light went sore and was lost to us for the remainder of the season. She bowed out with her record-reading 14 starts, 10 wins, 2 seconds and a third.
Champions. The betting on the Orlando Classic on the TAB is number 1 Kenny Lass, the Melbourne Star, is at 9 to 1. Playful Princess at 16 to 1. Bounding Away's favourite, almost 2 to 1 on the tote, about $1.45 at the moment. Bookies, incidentally, are much more generous. 9 to 1 March Akita, 6 to 1 Dinky Flyer, 13 to 2 Magic Flute.
The $200,000 Orlando Classic for Bounding Away. Despite the fact she was competing against older mares, Bounding Away was asked to shoulder 57.5 kilos.
Palmyra Bay, March Akita, and then Canny Lass and Playful Princess. And Canny Lass and Playful Princess will have to be super mares to win from there. On the turn now, and Captivan led. Wide out Dance Hall Girl on the corner. Then Shinakima, followed by Deedle. On the fence, Just Blooming. Bounding Away behind those, followed by Magic Flute. And Atlantic Mission down the outside is running on strongly. Captivan, the leader at the 200 mark from Just Blooming. Atlantic Mission on the outside. Bounding Away behind those. Atlantic Mission and Just Blooming are fighting it out halfway down the straight. Bounding Away getting through near the fence. It's Bounding Away bursting through on the inside rail. She's coming home the better little Bounding, and Bounding Away got up to win the Orlando. Dinky is running on strongly. Captivan, the leader at the 200 mark from Just Blooming. Atlantic Mission on the outside. Bounding Away behind those. Atlantic Mission and Just Blooming are fighting it out halfway down the straight. Bounding Away getting through near the fence. It's Bounding Away bursting through on the inside rail. She's coming home the better little Bounding, and Bounding Away got up to win the Orlando. Dinky Flyer got second, Just Blooming third, Atlantic Mission weakened out of it, and then Magic Flute, Canny Lass, Shinakima, followed by Playful Princess, and then Deedles. The gate where Gay Waterhouse and Tommy Smith's wife Valerie will take over, and this Val absolutely beaming as she leads this lovely little grey mare back down the raceway to the
home to Rose Hill, where instead of tackling his own age in the Rose Hill Guineas, he took on the might of Bone Crusher, Waverley Star and At Talac in the Group 1 Rawson Stakes over 2,000 metres at weight for age. The race had been billed as the Cox Plate rematch of the New Zealand champs.
Have certainly slammed it on the 2 favourites. They love the champs, and if you look at the tote odds, Bone Crusher is at odds of about 10 to 9, going to pay $1.05 for 50 cents. Our Waverley Star, well, he's going to pay at the moment of $1.40 in Gira, and Maya Card, he's around about 18 to 1, between 16s and 20 to 1.
Out. They're racing in the Rawson Stakes, and it looked a good level start with a bit like her immediately going back to the tail of the field, and Colour Page bounded out in front. Bone Crusher's level with him early, and Maya Card and Beal Bangor are wide out now, crossing to go to the lead over the crossing at the 1800 mark, followed by our Waverley Star, trapped a bit deep early and going up into second spot now. Dye immediately eased back to fourth on Bone Crusher in the run to the... They run to the 1,000 metres mark, and Beal Bangor went further ahead. Opened up a break of 5 lengths on Waverley Star, a half length away, Bone Crusher on the outside, and Shane Dye in this war of nerves is not going to let our Waverley Star get too far away from him. He wants to keep him in sights every step of the way. At the 800, Beal Bangor by 2.5 lengths to our Waverley Star. Bone Crusher's about a length and a half away in third place, being heeled along a bit by Dye. Bone Crusher losing ground. Maya Card has gone up on the inside of him as they near the turn. 3 or 4 lengths away at Talac, followed by a bit like a hard-ridden but coming into it, and then Colour Page and Periscope as they turn for home. Beal Bangor the leader. Our Waverley Star in second place. Dittman wondering where Bone Crusher is. He's about 2 lengths away on the outside under the whip and struggling. Bone Crusher, our Waverley Star, exploded to the lead. Maya Card's the danger, if any. Bone Crusher in third place is labouring. Maya Card's the danger to our Waverley Star. Is it another Spear Chief and Ajax job as Maya Card ranges up to our Waverley Star? Bone Crusher 5 lengths away. Maya Card with Mark de Montfort going for home, and the 3-year-old Maya Card raced away to win it by 3 lengths to Our Waverley Star.
Chapman.
1939. Bone Crusher's in 3rd place. He was gone at the 600 metres mark. And then a bit like followed by Colour Page, Beal Bangara. The Melbourne Cup winner at Talac found them too sharp at the 2,000 metres journey. And Periscope is last in a sensational Rawson Stakes. Maya Card, Mark de Montfort has done a Spear Chief. When a horse called Spear Chief, ridden by the late Maurice McCartan, beat the 40-1 on favourite Ajax.
Yes, John, what a performance it was. Maya Card left the others with no excuses. He didn't just beat them, he thrashed them. Waverley Star and Bone Crusher had every chance, and you don't want to throw...
And that was a great performance from Maya Card. Started at 16-1 and paid $10.15 for the win on the Melbourne Tote, and Bone Crusher was the 10-9 favourite.
Riverdale, that great old campaigner, he's getting out, say about 11-2, 80-1. Campaign King is at 8-1. A bit of a firmer now, Korea Bay, a New Zealander. He's well tried in the ring as well, John. He's into 7-1. Drawn is at 15-1 and blowing. 30-1 Roman Artist, 16 Kenny Lass. As I said, about 15-8 Mary Ruler and 11-2 Magic Flute.
Lass might run a bit. They're off, and it is a beautiful start in the George Ryder Stakes with Kenny Lass a fraction slow, if anything. Magic Flute bounded out in front of Roman Artist and Max Treasure. Courier Bay cruising up along the rail into a prominent spot, and Dazzling Duke is out 3 deep in the early part. Courier Bay has crashed through the running rail. Courier Bay has knocked a panel of running rail right down, and he fell. Kenny Lass is moving up with a nice run on the outside of Max Treasure, followed by Campaign King. Strange to see Riverdale up in the middle of the field at the 800 mark, and further back is Drawn. Then Merry Ruler, followed by A Bit Like Her and Courier Bay, the Kiwi, lucky to stay up in that sensational incident in the early stages. 600 out as they near the turn, and Roman Artist is the leader. Magic Flute second, Dazzling Duke third, followed by Kenny Lass, Riverdale, Max Treasure hard ridden, and then Merry Ruler about the take-off. He'll have to go 4 deep on the turn, and Drawn at the head of the others, but around the corner, and the 3-year-old filly Magic Flute is about to move up and take the lead from Roman Artist, and they're well clear. Kenny Lass in 3rd place, running on strongly, and then Dazzling Duke, followed by Campaign King, and Merry Ruler not doing enough to win. Magic Flute headed Roman Artist coming again, and Campaign King is going to beat them both. Campaign King on the outside, breezed to the lead close to home, and Campaign King has annihilated them in the George Ryder. Kenny Lass in 3rd place, running on strongly, and then Dazzling Duke, followed by Campaign King, and Merry Ruler not doing enough to win. Magic Flute headed Roman Artist coming again, and Campaign King is going to beat them both. Campaign King on the outside, breezed to the lead close to home, and Campaign King has annihilated them in the George Ryder. Little Drawn has flashed up. He might get second, a nose in front of Magic Flute, who looked all over a winner in the straight. Merry Ruler couldn't come on, and then Roman Artist, followed by Kenny Lass and Riverdale. This horse has got a great record. Campaign King, he's won 14 out of 28. Most.
Secondly, he said Maya Card would be even better when his races were stepped up to 2,400 metres. 2 weeks later, the Chapman camp put their cards on the table when Maya Card again took on the big guns, minus an out-of-sorts Bone Crusher in the $500,000 Group 1 Bowater Tancred Stakes.
Now they've quickened up. Further back as Cossack Warrior, Barbarino Boy dropped the bit. He's being heeled along hard as they come to the 800 mark. Fox Seal second last, and A Bit Like Her on the outside as last. Now again, Samara's moved up level with Imprimatur as they race down the side. In 3rd place is Rising Fear. Our Waverley Star in 4th spot, being niggled a bit as they near the turn, followed by Maya Card on the outside from At Talac. Further back, Barbarino Boy, Cossack Warrior, Fox Seal, and A Bit Like Her. Our Waverley Star looking to get out away from the fence, and he's pushed his way into the clear now. Around the corner, Samara and Imprimatur, the 2 leaders, but our Waverley Star has pounced on them in a stride. Further out, Maya Card sprinting brilliantly, and Maya Card has rushed up, and he's headed our Waverley Star. Maya Card headed our Waverley Star at the 200 mark. They've come away. They're going to fight it out. And the 3-year-old Maya Card again asserts his superiority. Again he ducked in, and again he checked our Waverley Star as he did in the Rawson Stakes. It's almost a carbon copy. And Maya Card wins by exactly the same length, I'd say, as the Rawson. Stakes.
Seal third. And Maya Card will run in the Derby next Saturday before the Sydney Cup. Dave O'Sullivan wasn't disappointed with our Waverley Star's run, and At Talac pulled up sore and may have run his last straight.
Johnny.
Yes, Ian, Derby Day has a special magic all of its own. It's a unique race on the calendar. It's as old as Randwick Racecourse itself, and Maya Card this year gets his chance to join the ranks of the great horses that have won this race over the years. Maya Card absolutely trounced our Waverley Star in both the Rawson and the Tancred, and his form coming into the Blue Riband is dash near impeccable.
If you think he's short on the tote, where he's only going to return a dividend of 85 cents, odds of between 8 to 11 and 6 to 4 on, he's a lot shorter with bookmakers. So
Mark de Montfort has the mount. Now the gates open, off and running in the Derby, and Maya Card is one of the first out. Dungarvan began well, so did Imprimatur, followed by One Guinea, and bounding away, surprisingly one of the early leaders. Balciano going quickly on the outside as they reach the judge the first time. Imprimatur with us as they come to the top turn, and Imprimatur in front by a length on Balciano, a neck away, bounding away. Then My Precocious Lad, followed by Barbarino Boy. One Guinea is about fifth on the outside of Dungarvan from Ring Joe. Gendre out very deep, and then Cossack Warrior followed by Maya Card slipping up along the rail to be midfield now. Diamond Shower tagging him through, and last of all is our Palliser as they come towards the 600 mark, and it's Imprimatur just the leader over Balciano. Bounding away is in third place, followed by Maya Card getting a dream run right up along the fence behind those leaders, and then Dungarvan followed by My Precocious Lad. Right off the track on the home turn, One Guinea with Cossack Warrior from Diamond Shower, and Ring Joe is held up for a run behind a wall of horses over the rise, and bounding away has sprinted up. Maya Card getting a rails run, bounding away, got to the lead. Maya Card on the fences, coming at him now. My Precocious Lad running a big race, and right down the outside Gendre, but Maya Card left them standing. Maya Card shot away at the 100 mark. Hail the new king. Maya Card rocketing away is going to win the Derby by a big margin out. He now gets into the millionaire class. Maya Card right off the track on the home turn. One Guinea with Cossack Warrior from Diamond Shower, and Ring Joe is held up for a run behind a wall of horses over the rise, and bounding away has sprinted up. Maya Card getting a rails run, bounding away, got to the lead. Maya Card on the fences, coming at him now. My Precocious Lad running a big race, and right down the outside Gendre, but Maya Card left them standing. Maya Card shot away at the 100 mark. Hail the new king. Maya Card rocketing away is going to win the Derby by a big margin out. He now gets into the millionaire class. Maya Card.
Let's watch again the progression of events which gave Maya Card that saloon passage along the rails. Mark de Montfort has ridden a brilliant race on Maya Card to make up his ground with no apparent effort. Shane Dyer's on the stablemate Imprimatur, who looks to his right and sees Maya Card right behind him. He then looks to his left, and Imprimatur begins to veer away from the rail, giving the run along the fence to the stablemate. Now, in the process, Balciano in the red and yellow colours is seriously hampered. Stewards opened an inquiry into the incident and eventually gave Dyer a suspension of 6 months for deliberately giving Maya Card the run on the fence. The irony for Dye was twisted even, and Shane Dye was engaged to replace Cassidy when Magic Flute had her rematch with Campaign King 2 weeks later in the most prestigious of all the Australian metric miles, the Group 1 AJC Doncaster Handicap.
On the Doncaster shows Campaign King a clear-cut favourite, going to return less than 4 to 1, just over 7 to 2, $2.35 at the moment. King Phoenix is at 20 to 1. Number 3, Colour Page at 20 to 1. Drawn is at 8 to 1. Magnitude at 50 to 1. I've placed him third in the trifecta. Riverdale 11s, March Akita 50, Merry Ruler 16. This is the horse I liked. I tipped him in my column 14, Magic Flute at 30, Gold on Me at 40.
Eastern Classic not far away on settling down, followed by March Akita, Riverdale, Royal Scepter, Fix the Date, Merry Ruler well back and out deep. Then Dinky Flyer, Swift Cheval getting well out of his ground early with Colour Page, and then Periscope and King Phoenix last of all. Around the first turn, and Romanatus went to a clear-cut lead by a length on Magnitude, who's worked very hard to get over. Rushing up Gold or Me towards the lead, followed by Shinakima, and then Western Ace and Hader Prince. Eastern Classic about 5 lengths off the lead, followed by Drawn Magic Flute, and then March Akita, Campaign King and Riverdale. Further back came Dinky Flyer, then Royal Scepter. At the head of the others, Fix the Date, followed by Periscope, Swift Cheval, Merry Ruler, and back at the tail, Colour Page and King Phoenix is absolute as they near the turn in the Doncaster. Inside the 600 mark, and Romanatus just led Gold or Me. Western Ace going up to make a line of 3.
3, Shinakima behind them, Eastern Classic under pressure, and then Marchakita followed by Drawn, Hader Prince, Dinky Flyer, and Riverdale and Merry Ruler to the extreme outside as they come over the rise where Western Ace and Gold or Me have gone to the lead together. Western Ace just the leader from Gold or Me, Little Drawn into the clear, Royal Scepter rocketing down the outside. Western Ace and Gold or Me are fighting it out. Royal Scepter closing on them fast. Royal Scepter coming at Western Ace, Gold or Me, Magic Flute getting a rails run. The filly Magic Flute has burst to the lead. Magic Flute, Colour Page flew down the outside. It's a Nebo. And then Marchakita followed by Drawn, Hader Prince, Dinky Flyer, and Riverdale and Merry Ruler to the extreme outside as they come over the rise where Western Ace and Gold or Me have gone to the lead together. Western Ace just the leader from Gold or Me. Little Drawn into the clear, Royal Scepter rocketing down the outside. Western Ace and Gold or Me are fighting it out. Royal Scepter closing on them fast. Royal Scepter coming at Western Ace, Gold or Me, Magic Flute getting a rails run. The filly Magic Flute has burst to the lead. Magic Flute, Colour Page flew down the outside. It's a Nebo Lodge Quinella. Magic Flute beat Colour Page. Royal Scepter probably third in front of Gold or Me, Western Ace, Shinakima, King Phoenix, Merry Ruler, then Campaign King, Swift Cheval, Dinky Flyer, followed by River.
1987. A recent purchase by Mr. Mike Willis, his Transmedia Park Stud Syndicate. Magic Flute cost one heck of a lot of money. You'll see Mr. Willis and his wife lead the horse back in a moment, and the victorious trainer is Brian Mayfield Smith, the trainer who trained the winner of...
And 15, number 16, Magic Flute on the TAB to pay $14 and $4.15. Number 3,
who would be welcome in any event. After an unlucky run on the Doncaster 7 days later, Campaign King contested the Group 1 all-age stakes run under weight-for-age conditions over the Doncaster circuit.
Magnitude almost got onto the heels of one in front. Campaign King wanted to put his head up in the air momentarily, followed by Petrus, Courier Bay, and Cookie's got that big chestnut striding along nicely in 6th position. Further back, Colour Page joined on the outside by Drawn, and a length and a half away last King Phoenix as they come to the 600 mark. Roman Artist about a half length on Shinakima. Magnitude on the inside of Campaign King, and Dittmans gives the baldy-faced chestnut the run of the race. Courier Bay next on the outside, followed by Petrus, Colour Page, Drawn, and King Phoenix last for home. Into the straight 400 out over the rise. Roman Artist joined by Shinakima, but the King has pounced on them. Campaign King stormed to the lead on top of the rise. Kicked away nicely clear. Magnitude's about to run into second place. The back markers have given away too much start, and Campaign King's got it all parcelled up. He's well clear 100 out. Dittman goes for home on Campaign King, and the flashy chestnut wins by 3 lengths to Magnitude. King
The
Phoenix
disappointments of the Perth Summer Carnival behind them, the Campaign King camp was now back in full swing.
The Sydney area for the season, and Bozam all the rage, 5-2 on the win, 10's on the place with the tote, and a short time. Dawnville just a little ahead, 2 on the inside, Lentigo, and 2 to Bozam, starting to pick up some ground. Then Turjara, hard ridden over Macquarie Prince, second last in the field is Basilius, and Dawnville is last. Onto the home corner, and one of the roughies in the race, the Fox, by 2 lengths, Wangaratta. Third position is taken on the inside by I Like Crystal, wider Ironic Lady, then Lentigo, and Bozam taken wide out to put in his run, and he's starting to finish on stylishly at the 250, and quickly Bozam raced down the outside and headed off those on his inner, and he's put pay to them very quickly, and he's going to win easily. Bozam in full flight, 2 lengths Ironic Lady, a further 2.5 to Jara and I Like Crystal, but this bloke is pretty good, Bozam. He's giving his rivals a galloping exhibition, and he wins at about 4 lengths on the line. 2 Ironic Lady, a distant third to Jara, then Lentigo and I Like Crystal.
But the race is the Fernhill Handicap, a Group 3 over 1,600 metres, and the horse I want you to watch is Bozam.
Interested now, and look at him go. Bozam has just cruised up on the outside. He picked up 5 lengths in about 50 metres. He shot past Ironic Lady and said, ta-da, it's all Bozam. This is what he's been leading, 1,600 metres, and look at him go to the line. Bozam. Gee, he'll be a good horse next time. Bozam won by 5 lengths to Ironic Lady.
Bill, we all know what a great sire Zamazan is, but his 2-year-old Group winner...
Well, looked a legitimate Derby colt, but I'm prepared to let the videos do the talking for me, Ian. The Queensland Turf Club Sires Produce Stakes is one of 5 races accorded Group 1 status for the first time for the 86-87 season. We'll pick up the action at Barrier Rise with Flotilla and the white with black diamonds and cap and red armbands at Barrier 1. Watch for the trouble he encounters at the first turn, which eventually costs him at least 4 lengths.
On Water and Superb Effort showing plenty of speed in the early part. Settling down, Superb Effort. He's going a bit keenly. He's the joint leader with Flotilla and Mnemonic. Never too close in that bunch as well. And On Water's out about 4 deep in the early part. Just behind them, All Ashore, who began nicely today. He's trailing through into a lovely trailing position. Recommendation is next on the outside, followed by Highway News, who's drifting back to about midfield. And then Navajo Girl, up running about 7th at the moment, is Strong Respect. Over on the inside is Hunter and Silver Scout. Crossing 700 metres to go. Superb Effort doing it pretty easily. The leader. On Water second. Mnemonic third. Followed by Recommendation, who's on the outside of Never Too Close. And then Marjay Silver Scout. Flotilla running about 7th on the inside. Smokestack to the outside making ground. Further back, Navajo Girl, Lord Westminster, Mud Crab, Amboise starting to go forward, but giving them a long start. Well in the straight. 300 metres to go. Superb Effort still the leader. He's clear. He's kicked away. He's 3 lengths in front of On Water. Flotilla to the outside, starting to make ground, and then All Ashore. Superb Effort in front. He's starting to feel the pinch. He's stopping. Here comes Flotilla with a great run. Flotilla race straight past Superb Effort, shoots to the front, and he's home and hose. Flotilla's too good for Superb Effort.
Flotilla's win was a milestone for Dalmatia, the high-class Sir Tristram horse who stands with Biscay at Beamer Stud in the Hunter Valley. And Peter Cook replaced him on Flotilla in the QTC Castlemaine Stakes.
400 metres to go. Our Poetic Prince is the leader, a length in front. Flotilla coming after him on the outside. Gold Trump sneaking up along the inside. Our Poetic Prince, he's all over the track like a drunken sailor. He's just in front. Gold Trump grabbed him on the inside. Hunter's flying home. Gold Trump in front. Marshall pulls the whip. Our Poetic Prince is on the outside rail. Flotilla coming through in the middle. This is a great go. Flotilla after Hunter. Hunter in front. Flotilla grabbed him. Oh, they hit it close.
Flotilla's
to go. Our Poetic Prince is the leader, a length in front. Flotilla coming after him on the outside. Gold Trump sneaking up along the inside. Our Poetic Prince, he's all over the track like a drunken sailor. He's just in front. Gold Trump grabbed him on the inside. Hunter's flying home. Gold Trump in front. Marshall pulls the whip. Our Poetic Prince is on the outside rail. Flotilla coming through in the middle. This is a great go. Flotilla after Hunter. Hunter in front. Flotilla grabbed him. Oh, they hit it close.
Flotilla's class and courage lifted Dalmatia from 6th to 2nd spot on the juvenile sires table. table, behind another first crop sire, Masquet, who had 21 individual winners for the season. This
is a great go. Flotilla after Hunter. Hunter in front. Flotilla grabbed him. Oh, they hit it close.
Flotilla's class and courage lifted Dalmatia from 6th to 2nd spot on the juvenile sires table, behind another first crop sire, Masquet, who had 21 individual winners for the season.